What is going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to another post-commentary duel video. A little bit of a testing match from locals the other week. A bit of an interesting matchup here. Subterrors versus Shaddoll Trains. Subterror, as we know, a very grindy, control-based deck. Shaddoll Trains a very much when they need to be an OTK sort of glass cannon for the most part style play, but also has the ability to play conservatively and play the grind game as well, especially with Anger Knuckle and allowing, you know, all the end phase shenanigans you can do to recur resources with the deck with the new Link monster. Still so good. I think a lot of people are still missing out on how good Trains can be with that new Link monster. It really does set up a lot of plays. So getting started here, Subterror player resolving the duality, and following up with the Hidden City, and then flipping up his Guru with the Hidden City to be able to get a search there. So engine is pretty much established at this point by way of that duality. The field spell, of course, helping out as well. Grabbing a copy of Umastrix as well. I believe if anything is set face down or flip face up, you can summon that Umastrix from your hand. In defense position, and of course when that card is flipped face up, you can banish a card your opponent controls. I believe it banish a monster or a card in general, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, setting 3 and passing with that Guru and that field spell there. So in a pretty good position if you're the Subterror player. Now, I did not open up that great, as you can see. Getting started with Shaddoll Fusion, of course, he has no monsters in his extra monster zone, no extra deck monsters. So that does mean I hard opened some Shaddoll cards, which actually wouldn't have been bad there to go into Shek, but he does say no to that with the Subterror Fiendus. Then booking that Guru, and that will trigger the effect of Umastrix in hand to summon itself to the field in defense position. So now walling up a bit more as I go, at least my opponent is. Now I'll resolve a Pot of Desires because that's sort of my next best move. And hopefully I can draw into some more cards. I believe I have Shaddoll Dragon in my hand as well. I think I might have drawn into Shaddoll Beast also. So not the best opening hand. I'm forced to just set the Dragon and pass. That's really all I'm forced to be able to do at this point. Don't want to try to invest in any train plays if I can't at least get into Anger Knuckle. He flips up the Guru with the final battle. I do luckily have the Ash Blossom for it, which is very helpful. Gonna start his turn by flipping down both the Guru and the Umastrix, which already puts him in a good position because he definitely will be able to resolve some of those this turn by flipping them both up, whether he uses the final battle, uses the Hidden City. And I'll start with the Hidden City to flip up the Umastrix, triggering the banish effect to banish my set Shaddoll Dragon, using Hidden City to flip up the Guru here, and he's going to go off and grab some more cards here. I believe his other set is a Solemn Strike and a Called by the Grave as well. I think he probably could have been able to Called by that Ash, but, you know, presumably saving it for something else, which is a pretty good idea since he's going to get a bunch of searches, obviously this turn anyways. Activating the Cave Clash, which will boost all of his Subterror monsters by 500 attack. And when any Subterror monster, I believe, attacks or does battle damage, can add back a Subterror monster or card from his grave back to his hand. A pretty underrated spell, I would say, allowing just to recur resources constantly. So he'll be able to add back that Fiendus there, which will prove to be problematic as I try to play through my turn. Normal summoning the Ruffian Railcar to be able to trigger the effect of the Derek Crane in my hand. I want to get that on board. I want to try to get something going. But I know he has the ability to book something. And he's going to use the Guru to book his Umastrix to book my Derek Crane. I follow up with a Bullet Liner. Now, Bullet Liner says that you need to control and only control a minimum of one Earth Machine monster. I don't know if having a set card would make it so I'm not able to summon that. I'm not entirely sure. And if that's the case, I was just unaware of sort of how that would interact there based on the wording of Bullet Liner, Bullet Train. And if that's a mistake on my part, then that's a mistake on my part. But yeah, so, I mean, I get to go into Anger Knuckle, which is good. But it's not enough because all of his Subterror monsters with that Cave Clash on board are boosted by 5. So that Guru is at 21, I believe, since it does have 16. So I can't get over with Anger Knuckle. I'm trying to keep this on my field to get end phase shenanigans or do shenanigans on his turn, but he's got the Solemn Strike for that, so that's not going to go through whatsoever. Still has the Called by the Grave set as well as the Final Battle. And all I've got is a set Daracrane, which is not proving to do too much for me right now. Using Final Battle to flip up the Umastrix to banish my Daracrane, and I've got to pass over to him. Now, I forget to actually use my Ruffian Railcar and my Bullet Train, but luckily it does not make too big of a difference as he goes ahead and resolves his Pot of Extravaganza, the Pot of Extravagance, to draw into 2 more cards, and it just isn't going to make a difference here. He's just going to turn everything to attack and use Final Battle to, you know, combine Guru's attack and defense and make its attack. So like 3,400 plus 5, it's got 39. That's just plenty of damage right there as we head into game 2. And one thing I want to mention as we head into game 2 is a quick shout out to our sponsor at Imperium Duelist. They just released a brand new mat, a Toon themed playmat called the Toon Extravaganza. And it is a very, very nice looking mat. It is available for sale now on their website. If you want to check it out, a link to their website is down below, as well as a discount code you can use to save 10% off your entire order. Helps support me and helps save you guys a little money in the process. So a win-win if you ask me. But now getting back to the duel, Extravagance is met with the Ash Blossom, following that up with a Pot of Duality to get into some more cards, setting 1 in pass. So seemingly the Ash Blossom definitely helping me out a little bit here in my case, which is nice. But I gotta try and play through, and I gotta try to OTK right now because I could definitely try and seal this game off 100%, but there's one thing missing in my hand. There's one thing that I'm short of. I believe I have a Pankratops and an Evenly Matched in hand, but no other level 10 extender, which makes it very difficult for me to try to get into a rank 10. And a rank 10 is basically your main motive of going for game, and that I cannot do, so I try to go out for the Surgeon Schedule, go for the Ruffian Railcar, for the Bullet Train, some things that are going to recur resources in the end phase. Something that's going to allow me to get a search in the end phase to be able to complete that, because the only other monster in my hand is that level 10 or level 4 Anchor Drill, which does come in handy quite a bit sometimes, but just not right now. Just really needed to see another level 10 monster, level 10 train, preferably Daracrane would have been nice. Could have urgent scheduled out Daracrane, but it's not going to do its job like I need it to, because it won't be able to detach it from material, because it will not be able to be under an Exceeds monster, because I do not have another level 10. But here I actually remember my end phase searches, getting in the effect to add a level 10 Earth Machine from deck to hand, and then Bullet Train activating to add back a machine from my grave to my hand, which is a great card to play around Thunder Dragon decks with. Bullet Train is your best friend in the Thunder Dragon matchup with trains, because you just add things back from grave. You don't care about not being able to use Ruffian. You just play around it, and then you just banish their whole field next turn with number 77 7s in. So, I mean, in a perfect world, that's how it works. But I've got another Ash Blossom, at least, for the Extravagance. So I'm slowing his draw power down quite a bit. But he's got a Pankratops here. And I believe, yep, a set Guru, of course. I mean, at least I was able to Ash one thing on the side of the field, and that was the Extravaganza. Ghost Ogre would come in very clutch right now. I'm thinking about possibly adding 3 Ghost Ogre to the main deck of my train deck. I don't know what I would cut, if I would perhaps cut Red Reboot, because I'm currently trying out 2 copies of Red Reboot in the main, which would come in really clutch in a matchup against like this. Being able to resolve Red Reboot and an Urgent Schedule with like a Daracrane or something, that's just game right there, 100%. But going to resolve this Guru here in a moment. Going to grab a card. Looks like it's going to be Umastrix. He's got a Pankratops on board as well. Now, keep in mind, I've also got a Pankratops. I've also got an Evenly Matched in hand. So, I've got side deck cards. We both sided. It's just, I'm waiting for the right opportunity to use these side deck cards. Because, I mean, last turn, he only had 1 monster on his field, 1 card in general. So, Evenly Matched proving to be kind of dead, to say the least. He's got another copy of Subterror Guru. He's going to normal summon that. And I believe on the summon of that Guru, before he leaves the main phase, because I think he was about to go into battle phase, I'm going to chain the train to discard or send a monster from my hand or field to the graveyard to be able to target. That is cost, as discarding or sending and targeting. But to be able to reborn a level 10 Earth Machine from my graveyard with its effects negated, discarding Ruffian for cost, targeting Bullet Express, and that'll get summoned out in that center column there. And he's going to continue into battle here. So I'll take 100 after the Guru runs over the Anger Knuckle, which is fine. Summoning out Bullet Liner is fine as well. That card has 0 defense for a reason. So when you summon out on defense, oh, it is so enticing to run over. Because it's got 0 defense. And if they don't kill it, they leave you with stuff to work with next turn. If they do kill it, you get end phase resources. You see me grabbing there. Resolving another Ruffian Railcar and a Bullet Express and drawing for turn as well. So I've got quite a few cards to work with. But he's got 2 Guru and a Pancratops. So not much I can do here. Now, to be fair, I think I waste this Pancratops. I should have kept the Pancratops in my hand and just gone straight to the battle phase to use Evenly Matched. I think that was my biggest issue. So, I mean, I go Pancratops, hit his Pancratops, so he basically cannot use it in response because I don't leave anything on his field for him to deal with. I mean, arguably I could have also, yeah, like I said, I could have just gone straight with Evenly Matched and made him just keep 1 card. Probably would have kept the Pancratops, though, and that was my thinking there. Or maybe he would have kept the Guru if he has a Fiendus in hand as well. I don't know. There's a lot of options, I guess, to think about. Because he does use the Guru effect to book itself and to book a card on my side of the field. It's just that Derek Rain, he's keeping me from getting into a rank 10. Pretty smart on his behalf. And really not much I can do to help it. A lot of my Bullet Express add backs in the grave have not been level 10s just because I haven't been able to draw into them. And everything I've had has just been getting booked or negated or banished. So it's been very hard to gain traction here. But luckily, I can do something. The Anchor Drill running over the other Guru, using Anger Knuckle to tribute the Night Express to get that off the board, to be able to summon it out. Because I can only do that on my turn, and I need that on the field so I can discard a Ruffian Railcar, and I'll do it in response to his Guru. I'm going to send the Anchor Drill to the grave, it would look, to be able to target, it looks like, Bullet Train in the graveyard. I would think it would be Bullet Train, because if Bullet Train hits the grave, I can get back the Night Express Knight in the graveyard. That was my plan, but it is met with a Subterror Fiendus, as I would have guessed. Subterror Fiendus, man. This deck is rough to play against. Both of our decks can grind, but like I could have closed this game out at pretty much any given point had I just seen another level 10 monster in my hand trying to start a play and not having one of these like 3 plays just get negated over and over again. It's just kind of rough. So Umastrix hits the board, has a Hidden City as well. Wish I would have had a Ghost Ogre or a Ash Blossom for that as well. Grabbing another copy of Subterror Fiendus. And boy, oh boy, am I in fear because he's got a Fiendus. It's just, I can't do too much about that. Yeah, and he also has Subterror Nemesis Archer. Of course, flipping up the Umastrix to banish my double-headed Anger Knuckle, which is very unfortunate. Nemesis Archer shuffling anything it attacks that is set back into the deck. Now is where that Evenly Match will come in clutch. Getting started with that. It does get negated, but I drew Evenly Matched for turn, which means there's not 1 but 2 copies of Evenly Matched in my hand. And since I was never actually able to leave the battle phase, I can still activate, I believe, I could have the ruling wrong, because I've been wrong before. Activate another copy of Evenly Matched, because it also is not a once per turn Evenly Matched. So I had the second copy of Evenly Matched to be able to clear his field off a bit, but he has another copy of Hidden City. And what is it searching him? Another copy of Fiendus, Guru flipping up, grabbing a copy of Final Battle. So all I've got is a field spell in hand with 5,100 life points to his 78, I believe, or 77. Or yeah, 78, because I attacked over the Anchor Drill, with the Anchor Drill over his Guru a few turns back. I believe that's all the damage I was able to get in this game. Haven't been able to get into a single rank 10, ladies and gentlemen. Has not been able to do that whatsoever. So adding Final Battle here. swinging in for 16, dropping me down to a measly 35. He's going to set one and pass. Obviously, it's the final battle, which has, I believe, 3 different effects. So I believe one is flip something up. The other one is a Subterror monster. Its attack becomes the combined original attack and defense of that monster, which would make Guru 3,400. And I believe I draw desires for turn. So I've got I've got the revolving switchyard in hand, plus a pot of desires, which puts me in a weird situation because I know he has Fiendus. And if I play the switchyard and I discard my only draw power card in my hand, my only other card in my hand, that is, that's going to get negated. And if I play desires, I'm going to be minus a lot of cards, and it's going to get negated, leaving me with no discards in hand to use my revolving switchyard. So I'm pretty much forced to do what I think is best here. I'm thinking maybe he won't negate the desires. Maybe he won't. But he ends up doing it. Obviously, he's going to do it. Why wouldn't you? So banishing 10 there. I almost banished 11. Banishing 10. It wasn't a bad desires, to be honest, but there's no point in playing my field spell right now since I have no way to trigger any effects of it. I don't have an Anger Knuckle on board, which does suck. And he's just going to resolve Guru here in the end phase, since I cannot do anything about it. Grabbing another copy of Final Battle. Just stocking up on those. Drawing for turn. Putting it to attack position. Using Final Battle to swing in for 34. I have 100 life points left. Can I draw what I need? I tried to use the field spell, discarding Bullet Train. And I'm still in a bad position because I'm like, I could search Night Express Knight, and I could wait till the end phase to try to add something back, but there's not going to be an end phase, at least, you know, and there will be an end phase for me, right? I'll be able to add back, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to survive next turn because I have nothing to block damage with. So, Subterror's Guru Control taking the game there 2-0. A very grindy game, too. A bit of back and forth going there. Just could not get into a rank 10 at all. Very unfortunate, but a pretty good match nonetheless there. Guru taking the match up 2-1. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Check out Imperium Duelist if you haven't. Join the Discord and follow me on Twitch as well. Hope you guys are having a good one, and as always, Winter Kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.